Cloud Babies, Elevation Nation. Once again, we are here. Hopefully you could hear me. The quality is good. All right, because we are back. I'm trying to keep my ear to the streets, trying to keep up with the BS. All right. Now, I woke up to this. Wack100 is being set up by Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon allegedly, I have to say allegedly because I don't know, Cloud Babies, allegedly give the feds a body to get out early. Come on now. Come on now. You cannot make this up. So therefore, we are going to watch the video, all right, just to be entertained. Because I cannot believe this. We are watching Luce Cannon, Wack100. Now they're looking at Wack100. The feds is looking at Wack100 like he's a kingpin or something like that, right? So Luce Cannon allegedly is snitching, right? So look at this. Let's start with this.
Okay, we're going to kick it off a little bit. I get a call.
Here we go.
From his significant other saying, he said Big U trying to pin a murder on him. I said, what? He said, yeah, he said something about Money Mike. I said, I ain't got nothing to do with Luce Cannon.
Yeah, who's Money Mike?
This dude that got unalive, right? I said, that has nothing to do with Luce Cannon. Why would Big U do that, right? She said, I don't know, but he says you may have access to a video that can help him show it wasn't him, right? I said, I think I know somebody that may have that video. Let me make a call, right? So I make the call. I get the video. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I sent it over to her, right? Because in my head, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Big U finna like pin something on this dude that ain't him.
Okay. Now, to kind of like, hurry up the story, because Wack's going to talk for about 10 minutes about this. So Wack calls me and he tells me, yo, listen, bro. There's something about some murder. I would never say this, honestly, but Wack pretty much said it on No Jumper. He basically said there's something about some murder investigation, some open murder. And unlike everybody else, once I hear police is investigating a murder, I'm usually, especially if I know the people, I have no problem falling back. Now, the way how Wack explains it to me is like, yo, there's somebody who died. They're trying to put the murder, or Big U was supposedly, according to Luce, trying to put the murder on Luce. But it appears that Luce is trying to dangle this murder as a carrot to the feds that he could snitch to get out, and maybe beefing with Wack is, and I don't know if Wack has nothing to do with this, but it's to try to throw Wack in the mix or something of the case. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be involved in nothing where, if I'm giving Luce a platform and Luce might be trying to implicate Wack in some fucking murder, or I don't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I was told. Fucking Wack sends me the. I don't even know how Wack even has this video, honestly. But
this is where I believe the feds is looking at Wack like, yo, how do you have all those videos, yo? Like, how you have everything in the hood, from Oscar de la Hoya to Rick Ross' baby mom's videos, allegedly, to all the murders in the hood, but the feds don't have it, but you have it. That's the question I'm asking.
This is the video of some murder that happens, which I'm like, how the hell we're hearing about this? That's why I'm like, yo, these are the things that it kind of spooked me a little bit. I'm like, whoa, what are we talking? So this is a murder that's supposedly not charging none of the indictments. This is the video, and apparently police is looking for the people in his fucking murder and video and whatever, you know what I mean? And what Wack basically told me was like, yo, listen, Luce Cannon was trying to ask about getting this video because he's trying to work I don't think he told Wack that, but Wack was like, nah, I think he's trying to work with the feds in trying to help them solve this murder. Or no, maybe Big U was trying to work with them to help them solve this murder, but Big U was going to implicate Luce Cannon. And then Luce Cannon is then trying to flip this video and probably trying to, I don't know, muddy or throw Wack's name in it. And it could be like, Wack told me he felt like he was being set up. And I'm like,
oh yeah, that's a setup.
It's like, this guy's kind of moving different, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, y'all are now talking about open murders once again.
Think about it. You in jail, you hit me up talking about, yo, I think Big U setting me up. I know you know about this case. I know you have the tape. Can you send me the tape so I could protect myself? What? Hell no. Not from jail. You're not calling me from that because it's tap. Everything is tap. This guy's bugging.
And I want to check out of this situation. I'm good. You know what I mean? So this is the video that I got. Now, I don't know, like.
So allegedly,
apparently this is years old.
This is the murder that took place. We're not gonna show it on live and stuff, but yeah, this is how it goes.
Case video. Somebody runs down here. By the way, trigger one. I don't know if you got to take off the screen. Yo, Drill, you gotta blur. Actually, I'm gonna take it off for a second because I think they're gonna shoot the guy. Oh no, actually, yeah, they're struggling with him at first. So you're seeing struggle. Then something happens. I'll take it off screen now. Look like, yeah, I think they shoot the guy. They're taking some stuff off of him. Okay, and then these guys run to a car over here. And the car that's awaiting is here. And the car is. So apparently this is a cold case, okay? So if you're wondering like, yo, oh man, Act or Wack is controlling Act, that's not the case. The reality of it is that Wack told me that basically there's some open murder that he feels that Luce Cannon is using after he supposedly at the initial process claimed that Big U was going to try to put that murder on him. He feels that Luce Cannon now is trying to use that murder to try, or information about the murder, to get out of jail. And that's why Luce Cannon is kind of getting into it with him. And I don't know if, bro, it's not my job to be believing this. Once I hear that a fucking murder, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so confused. Like, I have no idea who plays with life like this. Once I would see a video like this, I would never even talk about it. You know what I mean? But if Luce Cannon is involved with this, apparently he's still doing content from jail.
Still doing content from jail. Are you hearing this, Clown Babies? How you gonna be in jail still trying to do content when you know the feds is watching and all your content is gang related? Make it make sense. And then they're wondering why they are getting denied bail. Like, it make no sense.
Treese, if you see this, if you wonder why I probably just don't want no more calls, I'm good. I'm just gonna take my little step back.
Oh, it's too late.
Got a lot more other things that I could cover
It's
to
too
get
late. You
information. But for everybody who needs to know, including the audience, no, Wack didn't force me to do anything. Even though if he did say, Ack, I'm involved in some shit, could you not cover it? I wouldn't cover it. But he never told me that. He just said, yo, I think Luce is trying to set me up on some shit I got nothing to do with because he thought he was going to get set up by Big U. There's some open murder case. I had given him a video or not. I don't know if it was given a video, but something of the sort. And I was just like, once I watched the video of somebody dying, I said, why the fuck is people still even online? I'm going to fall back from this. And the only reason I'm even showing this video in any capacity is because Wack literally went on a jumper and explained it. And I was just like, what? I thought he called me in privacy. It was just like, yo, don't say nothing, but just stop talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But apparently he's speaking openly about this.
So 2-3 days go by. I asked her, I said, hey, did they try to pin the murder on Luce? And I said, well, how did Big U tell him this? She says, well, they was down there to get their blood drawn and ran into each other. And Big U said, that's why I'm gonna put Money Mike's body on you, right? So I'm like, that don't even make sense. So 2-3 days go by, another 2-3 days. I said, yo, did they charge him with it? And she says, no, not yet. And then after that, I started to hear, I'm about to get out.
Tell me that's not a setup, yo. That's a major setup. You're not calling me from jail trying to figure out who got the tape. I know you have the tape. The feds is watching and listening. It's a setup. There's no way. And then he still give the tape too.
That's where the red flag was waved.
It's too
I'm
late.
like, you about to get out.
So this is why I kind of explaining like, you know, it feels like him getting the video for Luce or whatever and Luce supposedly was telling him that Big U was gonna set him up, he feels that Luce was like doing I don't know what the fuck, but chat, I hope y'all understand why I just moonwalked out that situation. Because here's my thing. If this is true or many other things are true, it's clear that entities are using the media to probably either elicit from other parties statements of guilt, incriminating statements, or evidence that might not be known to the police to help out in murders. And I'm like, it's one thing, like, I know someone like, well, you did the war in Chirac. It's like, bro, it's one thing when you know these niggas. Like, what the fuck? Like, it feels like some Game of Thrones shit. That's what I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna just let y'all rock out. And this is why I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on with Wack and Luce, but if Wack could come to that conclusion, and I think it's a fair conclusion based on the stuff he said, I'm gonna just pray for everybody, bro.
So you're suggesting,
hey, bro, when it comes to the feds, it's only one thing make a move: bodies.
Facts.
right?
Right? It's the only thing make
We
a
learned
move.
that from The
Like some
Wire.
other crime.
You guys remember The Wire? That was my favorite show, yo. HBO. That's when HBO was popping, clout babies. The Wire. That's how you learn the bodies. That's what moved the feds, yo. They was like, yo, let me get that. Well, how many bodies can you tell me before I let you out? That's how it works. And Luce Cannon was like, obviously watching, you know, that shit, and was like, yo, I got some bodies.
As well,
No,
but not
you're
much.
talking about, you want to get out shit, it's bodies. So now,
Okay, in that regard, yeah.
look, that's the video. You can press it if you want.
I think that's the video I just showed y'all. Oh, what the fuck?
This guy.
Yeah, this one.
Want to, you'll see what's on it. Yeah, you gonna see it. It's gonna happen.
Looks like a carjacking.
No,
Yeah, see?
oh, bullshit. Pay attention.
Now, it's trust me, chat. I don't know, like, I don't even know what murder this is. I don't know how these like, bro, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing, it gets you spooked a bit, bro. It's like, wait, hold on. I ain't signing up for this.
A murder?
So unalive, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Now this video, this ain't no motherfucking
That was this my guy.
yeah, that's Money Mike that got unalive, right? So this video been
I don't know who Money Mike is.
floating, right? So nobody in there is loose. So if you look, watch it, I'm gonna show you the word. So if you look at it, you're gonna read it. You'll read why I sent it. Go top on the bottom, I sent it. Right? You see, I'm like, I don't know why Big you would do him like that. Look at what she's telling me. She throw me off when she asked what I testify. Like, hold on, pump the brakes. I wasn't there for that. This video been floating. Shit, it ain't nothing exclusive.
But so you're not saying that Luce Cannon took care of this dude.
No,
You're saying that
Luce had nothing to do with that.
people are trying to put this on him.
No,
Big U specifically.
no, he said that.
Okay.
He had his girl call me a week and something ago and tell me, Wack, you look at it, you reading the shit.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but
No, it ain't. Makes no sense. That wasn't nobody from 60s that did that. I hope shit's solid. It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying.
uh-huh.
No idea. When he calls, I'll call you back.
Uh-huh.
I said, unless old boy playing dirty, right? She said, who? I said, useless, because she telling me Big, Luce said, Big, you say he gonna put that on him, right? You see what she says?
Yeah, she said this just keeps getting worse and worse.
Do you think he's trying to what?
Set up Cannon.
Right? I said, ain't no telling. And then she hits me with that whopper.
If it comes down to it, are you willing to make a statement to vouch for that? I'm going to mention this to the attorney. Or if you can, is there someone else that can? This is just so wild. Whoever did this in the video, did they ever get caught?
Right? I tell her, from what my understanding is, it's an open case, a cold case. Right? So I'm sitting there saying, damn, that's fucked up. Why would dude put that on Luce? Like, now I'm concerned. I'm like, yeah, I went and made a couple calls. I said, yo, you remember that video that was floating around? They like, yeah, I got it. They sent it. I sent it over here to her. So after a couple days, 3-4 days go by, I'm like, yo, did they charge you?
Yo, chat. I just want to point out in the mix. Have you ever been to the Academy.blog?
Oh, look
Luce
at this.
Cannon and other
Look at this.
defendants has agreed or asked the judge to delay the Big U trial until after 2026. So basically, they could have did a speedy trial
20,000
and
wiretap.
have been brought to trial within the year. But they're saying they're waiving their rights. They're cool with it going to trial after May 2026. After the government had told them there's 20,000 wiretap calls. 20,000. Chat.
You got everything, though.
20,000 calls. Plus audio and video recordings.
They
Big U is the
done.
only person on the case that disagrees and wants a speedy trial and he wants to go to trial immediately. But everybody else says it's okay if we go later because it's 20,000 wiretap calls. So even when I'm
Believe it or
seeing this,
not,
I'm like,
I believe Ack is part of those wire call too. Because if Luce Cannon was making calls and talking to Wack100 and everything like that, he's part of those calls. Best believe it.
it's no way the feds
For content.
they're like, this is the open murder, chat. You don't think the feds are still listening, or you think because they locked a couple niggas up, they still listening?
They listen.
I don't know.
You know, the exposures is on the thing, checking the system. Ain't no murder popping up. And then a couple days after that, he starts saying, I'm going to be home soon. So now I'm scratching my head like, well, the judge denied your bond. In the court, they said they're about to bring other charges on top of what's denying your bond. She calls me and tells me you said Big U trying to put this on you. Do you have that video? Can you get it for him? I get it. You see, she's sending it to the attorney. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, well, did they charge you with it? Did they charge you with it? No. So now only Big U would know if he has said, I'm going to put this case on you, which doesn't make sense. Is going back to the lying shit that we used to hear, the manipulation, right? So now I got to ask myself, why else would you want that video to that unsolved case? And then what would motivate you to start saying, although you don't have a court date, that you're about to get out?
So you think he might be working?
No, I'm just saying, it just, when you do the math, 600 is doing his due diligence because, again, I had to call around to find this. He just knew I could call around and find it. Shit ain't exclusive. It was floating when it happened.
He just dry snitched just now. Did he just dry snitch 600 in there?
Again, I had to call around to find this. He just knew I could call around and find it. Shit ain't exclusive. It was floating when it happened. If I tell you, Adam, hey, when it
Bring it back.
although you don't have a court date, that you're about to get out.
So you think he might be working?
No, I'm just saying, it just, when you do the math, 600 is doing his due diligence because, again, I had to call around to find this. He just knew I could call around and find it. Shit ain't exclusive. It was floating when it happened. If I tell you, Adam, hey, bro, you got that whoop, they trying to hit me with a case. And you look up and see I never get the case, but I'm in a situation when I'm not supposed to be out, and I end up and I'm out. You're going to scratch your head about that.
Facts.
And one thing we understand about the feds is that if you want any favor from them, give them a body.
You gotta come with them bodies.
I don't believe personally, I could be wrong, that he ran into Big U by giving blood and Big U screamed out, I'm gonna put Money Mike's murder on you. I don't believe that.
That seems unlikely.
It doesn't make sense.
Big U, if he was planning on doing that, would for sure keep it close to his chest, right?
Yeah, because
what's the point of letting him know what your
not
whole
only
game plan
that,
is?
you have to, like, when you're doing that, if you get a Fed some wrong information, that don't work for you. That work against you.
Right.
And Luce ain't had nothing to do with that.
Chat. Do you understand why, like, it's a little bit spooky to me, though? It's like, wait. The moment we thought everybody's locked up and all the charges are filed, now I'm hearing, wait, there's another murder? And I'm like, kind of, I'm hearing there's another murder. The feds claim they have 20,000 wiretap calls. And I'm looking around, I'm like, wait, is this still content? Like, hold on. So that's why I checked out of the content game. I'm like, all right, Luce, respectfully, and I like.
You know what's funny when he say, "Is it content?" Half of those guys, they're not getting paid from these contents. It's other content creators that's actually getting paid. Like Luce Cannon, I don't believe he have like a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? And he's in jail anyway. So the only people that's profiting from this is like Akademiks, us, YouTubers, and then Wack100. Because he actually have like a channel going on Adam 22. So Luce Cannon is doing all of that, digging a bigger hole for himself. And
on the phone, but if you're being investigated for a murder and you are speaking to Wack about murders and you're trying to get videos of I think unless I want to be getting the no jumper courtesy call of, yo, we need to cease and desist or some shit, which I don't know, obviously I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it's kind of look a little sus. It look crazy to me. Like, this look crazy.
That shit at all, like nothing to do with that. So when she hit me, I'm like, wait, what? Like, yeah, he's trying to put this on him, and he said you could go find a video to get it to the attorney to help clearing. So
you don't have a phone while you're in jail, so how else are you going to get a digital asset to the investigators besides through the attorney?
Right? So I make some calls, boom, boom. Yo, you remember that video? Like, yeah, we got it. They sent it. I sent it over to him. Now I'm in a position of being concerned. So I'm thinking, I said, damn, that's fucked up, man. They finna hit this nigga with a murder. This shit getting worse and worse. After 3-4 days go by, and I'm asking, I'm like, yo, did they? No, she got to like dummying up on me and shit. I'm like, damn, okay. And then I said, yo, how did he run into him? They not in the same, I said, they're not even in the same area. Like, let's knock that shit off. How did he run into him for him to say that to him? Oh, he was going to get his blood drawn. And they ran into each other. I don't know, maybe they did, maybe it didn't make sense. But nevertheless, when they both start saying he's about to get out soon, I'm asking myself how. There hasn't been a change in his situation. Actually, they're saying they're coming with another case. Eddie Boy.
The concerning thing for me is, like, remember when we were hearing, I know some of y'all don't follow Clubhouse stuff, when people were hearing, oh, Big U is fingerprints or it's found under somebody's nail, you're like, what the fuck? Like, if it was, why would we be hearing from y'all? I've never heard about this goddamn murder until I heard supposedly Luce Cannon was asking Wack about it, and Luce Cannon was, supposedly about to be set up by Big U, and then maybe consequently Luce Cannon was trying to set Wack up, and I'm like, what the hell?
He called Jay Reed, and Jay Reed told him he did give a statement, right? And the other dude gave a statement too. So now at that point, it came up in his court that we do have statements and charges will be pressed for that, right? So this is another reason why they said we don't want to let him go. So for you to start saying 5-6 days after this been given to you based upon trying to assist you in proving your innocence, all of a sudden you coming home, I mean, I'm just doing the math. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now he's still in there, so at this point in time, we can't say it. But if he was to just pop up, yeah, it's going to be a mystery. And I know what's on my phone. I know what the text say. and there's more to that. He probably don't know. She's texting me some shit. And I do know, respectfully, a lot of shit she don't know what not to do. She does it on the innocent side. But, like, bro, I'm calling a spade. So I had already made my decision that the distance had to be put between. You notice he can't call me directly.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't pick up.
Yeah, I'm it's one of the reasons I'm like, so chat, it sounds like Luce was about, first of all, one red flag. There's a murder being investigated. I think that's red flag enough for anybody who knows anybody in this case to be like, I'm out. Second red flag. Luce supposedly brings up a murder and says Big U's trying to set him up with the murder. That's red flag. Third of all, it appears that in a roundabout way, Luce is trying to get Wack. I don't know what the hell, bro. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a being with you, man. This shit is, it's like Game of Thrones.
More red flag. He's in a jail phone call.
Okay, people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had to run that over because this was crazy. I woke up to this craziness and I couldn't believe it. Cloud Babies, Elevation Nation, you know what to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. You heard?